Hi, Dr. P here to talk about the importance of naming your game design. It's important for marketing. Now keep in mind, game names are in the end up to the publisher, so the publisher can change the name of your game if they think they have a better one, because it's important for marketing purposes, and publishers, at least traditionally, maybe not so much today, are primarily marketing people. In my experience, if you've adopted a good name, then publishers will usually stick with it. Let's face it, some games have better names than the games deserve. Some good games have worse names than they deserve, so names are important. And while I was thinking about this, I thought, what about my own games? Well, fortunately, most of the time, the name that I've selected for a game is the name that's been used by the publisher. The big exception here, oddly enough, is Britannia. My title was Invasions of Britain. And there are virtues to that title, but I'm happy with Britannia. It's got a something to it. And of course, it's easy to make other games that have EA-like names. Another one that's unusual is Lou Pulsifer's Doomstar. My title was just Doomstar. This is a video game, by the way. But the publishers, who were also the developers of the video, thought that putting my name in the title might help get it some recognition that otherwise wouldn't, because in video games, it's very difficult for people to even hear of your game, let alone to buy it. What are some criteria for a good name for a game? It should be evocative. It makes the listener think of something in their minds. It should be memorable, one that's easy to keep in your mind and other people get it. It should be descriptive, so it tells you something about the game. You don't want it to be too long. You don't want it to be too generic, although Star Wars and Star Trek manage. But of course, they were some of the first. And you want it to differentiate it from other related games. Especially, you don't want to use the same title as a game in print. Examples. Invasions of Britain is not as memorable as Britannia, though it's immensely more descriptive and perhaps more evocative, because Britannia is kind of generic, but I like Britannia just fine. I've already discussed Lou Pulsifer's Doomstar. Whether it made any difference or not, I have no idea. Stalingrad Besieged was a new title amongst the many Stalingrads that you find if you look up Stalingrad in the title database on BoardGameGeek. And it took me a while to think of it, but it also is descriptive, so it's a good title. I especially don't like generic city names as titles for games, because it tells people absolutely nothing. So, Lou, you've got a Stalingrad in there, but in the target market, people will know what Stalingrad means. They'll know about the Battle of Stalingrad. If you're going to use a generic name, have it be something that is intended to be generic. For example, Introductory War Game. Now, a lot of this is related to trademark. There are so many games that any name you pick may be in use and may be trademarked. In fact, it probably will be trademarked. Sometimes using a subtitle will be enough to make it different. Most games are common law trademarked. That is, they have the TM symbol at the end of the name. Once they're out of print, the trademark no longer applies in general. But I am not a lawyer. There are registered trademarks, which is the R in a circle, that expire at a particular time, but very few games have registered trademarks for whatever reasons. You can search the government database of registered trademarks online through the Patent and Trademark Office or Trademarkia, which seems to be a private company. You can also find on my YouTube game design channel a video about what's in a name. Now, patents are often useless and they're very expensive, so I ignore them. There's also a vid about patents on my game design channel. And keep in mind that a patent is supposed to be protecting a particular expression of an idea. So if your idea is different, you don't have a problem. Put some effort into your game name. It might make a big difference. Thanks for listening.